you will never scale to 6 figures a month dropshipping like with my brand right here and buy your dream watch, car, or take care of your family if you don't solve the dreaded high add to cart but low sale problem. So if you want to stop being a brokey who sips on tap water all day, then you need to be able to solve these 3 main problems. And I can guarantee the last problem is something you have never heard about. Now, when it comes to your website, how do we actually know if it's underperforming? Well, the most important metric is revenue per visitor, which is dividing your revenue by the total amount of sessions. So for me, I want my website to be at least $1.50 revenue per visitor. Most dropshipping websites are around 50 cents, 70 cents, and it's because you're not getting those add to carts to convert to purchases. Now, my KPI for that metric is making sure a third of my add to carts, if we go over here to conversion rate breakdown, are converting to purchases. So as we can see, 1570 add to carts, I should be getting around 523 purchases, but I'm at 445, so we're a little bit off that number. Now, the number one reason why people will add to cart but won't buy is because you don't have the right offer yet. You need to keep split testing more. That price point, that offer structure, your guarantees, maybe throwing in a free gift or accessory, because right now it's just not enticing. So if we look at this example with this EMS foot massager, we can see the offer is the generic vanilla 50% off, $60. There's nothing really special about it. You buy 2, you save a little bit of money. It's been done a million times. But if we look at the competitor, we see that they're charging $20 less, which could be the right price, but it's a higher compare price. So this is a 60% off New Year's sale, save up to 75%, 30-day guarantee, or your money back, which is also part of the offer. And they have an additional 10% off discount code that you can use at checkout. So people will really be feeling like, oh my God, I am getting the best possible price and deal for this product. And just to show you how important it is to split test your offer, I have a video with my student Paul who scaled to $1,000 a day, and it was all because we changed his offer from $34 plus free shipping to $24 plus $10 shipping. It's the same price, but we just changed where we were charging people, and his conversion rate and his revenue per visitor doubled overnight. So don't be the lukewarm IQ dropshipper that just throws up a random price and blames the product if your test doesn't work. No, my friend, it's because your offer strategy sucks. So in Shopify, how you can split test your offer in a few minutes is just make 2 versions of your product in Shopify. As you can see right here with this Viter app, have your 2 different price points. So on one, we have $84.99. On the other one, it's $105. Then if you go to an app like AB Convert, where you can just see $7 revenue per visitor versus $3 when we split test 2 different offers, it is that big of an impact. We're talking you can double your results just by having the right price point figured out. So I do a URL redirect test where all you have to do is in your campaign, if you're running ads on TikTok or Facebook, you'll just say that, okay, version A of my product is the original product page. That's where all my traffic should go. So that is the trigger event. Then you grab the link of the second page, and all you have to do is put the URL of the first product page here, the URL of the second product page here, and it will be 50% of traffic going to each, so you can see which one performs better. And if you want to learn all the different offers and price point strategies you can do to find the perfect offer, then I would recommend watching this video next. Now, the second reason why people will add to cart but won't buy on your website is because they don't feel a reason to act today. They feel like your sale is always going to be there. There's no real rush. So how do you convey urgency? Well, for me, if we look at our good example of a website, we can see here they have a countdown timer. So that's one form of urgency. You can also do a low stock label, so only 7 units left in stock. Or in your copywriting, in your actual description, you can say the sale is ending soon. There's limited units. So you either do it through low stock or you do it through the sale is ending soon. You have to have some sort of language. Now, the other key objection people will have is once they get to checkout, the purchase becomes real, and they might have one final objection where they just didn't have the answer. They didn't know if the product actually would deliver on that objection they have. And that's where you handle these objections and essentially become a mind reader by having great social proof. So when we look at the review section for the bad website, we can see these are very generic. The order arrived super fast. It was a folded box. Who gives a shit about any of that? Very good foot massager from a Chinese username. I mean, who is going to believe it? This is faker than my ex's moans when I was piping her down. Like, I know I got a decent game here, but it ain't porn star moan level good. Let's try to be honest and relatable here. So how do you actually have reviews that people will believe? Well, you try to relate to them. So we can see in this review, as a first-time user, I was skeptical. I wasn't sure what to expect. So that doesn't sound super salesy, but it actually did deliver. I highly recommend it to people that are like me, that have specific problem. In this case, foot pain. Then we have an authority figure recommending it. That's more forms of social proof. So you want to have social proof at the top, the middle, and at the bottom. You don't want to be like every other dropshipper that just has it at the bottom and these really crappy AliExpress reviews. No. We got Trustpilot reviews. We got, again, multiple forms of social proof proof, we got quotes from customers with different pain points going on at the same time. Then, of course, if we scroll down, even more quotes from customers. And then finally, we get the customer review section. Now, I don't want you to think you need to have all these quotes, because really, I think that if you have 10 good reviews that are detailed, that handle the key objections your target audience has, which when you do your research, you will see why people are skeptical and why they don't think the product will actually work. But if you handle those objections in their mind, then they're more likely to buy. But that's only going to be figured out through doing detailed target audience analysis. And another great example of how huge the difference is when you have the right social proof versus when you don't is taking a look at this shower head filter example. If we read these reviews, excellent filter quality, looks stylish, easy to install. It sounds good. It's very flowery language. It's benefits, though, that you could say about nearly any product on earth. It's not specific. It's not relatable. You're not talking about a specific pain point your target audience has. Therefore, people aren't going to believe these fake, crappy reviews. But if we go on this product page for basically the exact same product, we have an authority figure with a very detailed review. As you scroll on down, you have social proof in the form of studies, of results. We have risk reversal. Get your desired result in 30 days or less. Then we have a visual form of social proof, which is arguably the best form of social proof. So if you have a product where the visuals matter, where you can see the difference, then always sell through before and after. So this is for hair care, skin care, weight loss, a lot of these things where you can actually visually see the difference of using the product. Now, video reviews is another great form of social proof, because you can have these very detailed product demonstrations from customers that will say, hey, here was my specific situation. Here's why this product is great. Here's how I use it. And this is the benefits of how it transformed my life. So I love doing video reviews, but just taking a look at this, rated 4.8 out of 5. So that's already social proof, real stories, real results. And look at how good these reviews are. I battled dry, flaky skin for as long as I can remember, relating to the ideal customer if they have this pain point. If someone has this pain point, then they are immediately going to say, oh my God, this will actually get me these results. Look at these before and afters. Look at how detailed. This feels like me. And if you have other pain points like acne or thinning hair, they have specific reviews for those problems as well. It's not just let me have 3 reviews that try to be one size fits all for everyone. No, we have hyper specific messaging and results from our customers. And then as we scroll on down, we have a collage of happy customers and multiple forms of social proof with authority figures. This, my friend, is how you execute social proof at the highest level. Now, the final reason why people will add to cart but won't buy is because you're attracting a low quality audience with your ads. And this is something that's hard to really pinpoint, but when you're testing a product, let's say with 3 ads if you're a dunce, or 20 ads if you're an alpha child like myself, there will just be certain ads that get you great clicks but don't get you great purchase data. And there will be certain ads that get you terrible click data. It's $1, $2 to get a click, but people are really buying. They are super pre-sold as soon as they land on your website. So you want to have a mix of an ad that entertains and creates curiosity, but also tells people why your product is valuable. So if we look at an example of that shower brand that we just saw, they have this little text ad right here, which probably get a ton of engagement, a ton of clicks, but it doesn't tell me really any of the main important things about the product outside of, oh, it filters all the bad stuff out. So that's going to be a great top of funnel ad to great curiosity, but it's not going to be enough to really sell people. Now, if we compare that to this other image they're trying out, which is a review, I mean, this review alone, we could split test 50 different reviews, each that have different messaging of the headlines, the hooks, the benefits, and the problems, because you don't know what's going to be the right messaging that is the most profitable until you split test. Really, the visual doesn't matter as much as the messaging that you actually try. So you have to be understanding your target audience and what truly will speak to them. And you can only do that through split testing. It's the same thing with your offers, same thing with your ads. But this ad right here is most likely going to get great purchase data, but maybe not a ton of clicks because it's not the most engaging thing in the world. So when you're testing any product, you need to try out multiple target personas, like with this shower head filter, because we could be marketing to dudes that have skincare issues. It could be females with skincare issues, females with hair care issues. Every single ad, it should be really speaking to one avatar, and the language should be specific to them. It shouldn't try to be appealing to all 3 of those target personas, because it's really going to appeal to no one if you do that. So in this ad, we can see right here, they're actually talking to dudes. We have a dude talking here. Therefore, it's going to naturally attract men instead of women. So is that the right play? Well, we don't know until we try it out. So I'm glad that they're actually trying out these different target audiences. It looks like this angle is actually them marketing it to guys to buy it for their moms, for their significant others. So they're doing more a gift angle to see if that's the most profitable messaging, which is a very, very interesting play. But for the most part, they should be trying hair care issues, skincare issues. But usually the biggest issue I see is when brands try to market to multiple personas at the same time, which is what I'm actually seeing here with this ad. So this girl's talking about multiple settings and that there's different water pressure. So she's really talking about features, but who cares? So she's talking about in this ad how my hair was a mess, skin, don't get me started. So she's talking about how she had two problems. Now, there is a chance that the target audience does have both of these problems and wants to improve both of those areas, but I would argue the smarter play would always be focus on in your ad solving one problem and having one key solution for solving that problem. So I would only do, hey, if you have terrible cystic acne, then this could be the solution for you, because an ad with that hook, the rest of it should just be talking about solving acne. It shouldn't be mentioning other things like how this is going to help your hair, because again, that's not really what your target audience cares about. And I think a great real world example of this would be if you were selling gym memberships to people. If you were marketing to me, you would sell on how, oh, at our gym, we got a ton of bench press machines so you can get those gains to impress the Latina big booty mommies. But if you were selling to maybe a girl, you would actually maybe specifically only talk about how there's great hot yoga classes or Pilates, or there's a ton of cardio and treadmill machines. But if you were selling that to me, I wouldn't care about any of that stuff. It doesn't appeal to me, even though the product you're selling is the same thing. You gotta tailor make your messaging to the specific problems and desires of your target audience.